You're right there, Dan.
Oh, sorry, my cat's on the bed.
I didn't even know you had a cat.
Yeah?
You have a
A
cat?
cat and a dog.
Oh, okay. There you go. We're learning new facts every day. You got any pets, Jamie?
I've got 2 big dogs and a cat. So
Nice.
What kind of big dogs?
I got a Mastiff and a Malamute. So
Bro, there is like no chill with you, is there?
yeah, right. Yeah, no, yeah, nope. They're definitely they're a couple of monsters. My Mastiff, I think he just hit like 180 like a week ago. Last time I weighed him, and then the Mastiff's is about 140. So
those are both bigger than a small person.
Yeah, no, they're definitely
That's
pretty
terrifying.
They're pretty monsters. So usually I do stuff in here, I always gotta lock them out because it's too much. It's too much.
they come in, they barely fit through the door, and it's
yeah. And my Mastiff loves to lay under my computer desk, and like it just shakes everything every time he tries to get up and down. So I'm like, you just gotta stay out, but it doesn't work. Doesn't work.
I always wanted a big dog, like just a massive one that, if push comes to shove, like a ride into battle.
No, they're definitely awesome, except for when you go to have to buy dog food. Then they're not as awesome.
I bet that's well expensive.
Yeah, I spend about, I'd say probably close to $200 every 2 weeks on dog food. So,
man,
yeah. I mean,
I don't even make $200 every 2 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, no, they definitely they eat. They're mini horses, so they definitely eat to match it. So for sure.
At this point, I might consider feeding them people.
I thought about small children in the area for sure. It's like the Sandlot. Just throw them over the fence,
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of Blue Talk. My name is Nick.
6?
It is 6. It is. I am joined with Dan. And our prestigious guest today is none other than Jamie from Powered by Primus. How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How's it going, everybody? I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you on. It's I think I said to you when I first messaged you to come on, I was like, we haven't actually properly spoken yet.
No, that's very true. We have not.
So this is a good opportunity. I'd like to have a chat and talk about a bit of Transformers.
People at home are going to see some raw bonding.
They're going to see some
raw bonding.
I'd say live. It's not really live. I'm going to cut this, of course, into pieces. No, it's fine. I need to flip my image because my image is always in reverse. It's really annoying.
I think mine is as well.
See, yours will be normal to us.
Yeah, it usually shows vice versa on like the main persons. It's weird.
It's really strange. So I have to do a bit of camera trickery post edit to get mine the right way. But yeah, learning all of this stuff on the fly.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's how I wing. So, I mean, it is going to be a silly thing to sort of say, but like, just explain a little bit about yourself, just in case there is someone who doesn't know who you are. Because chances are, if you're watching this channel, you know who Powered by Primus are anyway, because they've been around a lot longer than we have. So, in the sense of the Transformers verse.
Yeah, I would imagine there's people who haven't seen. But yeah, Powered by Primus is the channel that I run here with the Colorado boys. We just really cover everything from just deck lists, gameplay. We have an online card shop. We just cover everything Transformers. So we just have a fun blast playing, and I record it and throw it on the channel for people to watch. So fun stuff.
So you've been playing since the beginning, would you say? Or
yep. I would say the closest to day one as possible. So when they originally first talked about it, I know a few people who told me about Transformers before it really hit like online and stuff like that, as far as it coming out. So I had a few friends who were going down to, I believe it was Gen Con when it first got released, if I remember right. And they picked up a few of the starters and shipped them over to me. So, I mean, it was pretty close to day one. So
nice. I think that was the same for us, really. We got into it day one, didn't we? Hard.
No.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that box had no chance.
You almost feel bad for it.
Yeah, we felt bad for the other people as well. We were like, can we get into it? It's like, no. We just
this is our thing. Back off. And now we're like, no, please come and play games with us. All we get to do is play the same 3 people every day. So
get variety.
I think we've strong-armed about 4 people from the local Magic community into playing the game.
Nice. Yeah, we've converted a few, so yep.
Converted's a strong word because Magic is quite a money sink.
Yeah, no, we've definitely almost full on converted a few for sure. I mean, they definitely are. I mean, like we have our dedicated nights, and they're there for those dedicated nights. So I call that a win. You know.
Savage.
Yep.
Did you play anything?
No art in the conversion.
Did you play anything else before?
I've played everything. So I played Magic for a really long time. Used to play on the pretty big tour for a while there. Used to travel around, played in the Star City games, did a bunch of that kind of stuff. After I got a little tired of the meta, I would say, the competition behind it, I merged over to Hearthstone because I just got to play at home. It was a little more chill. And then would play some smaller games on the sides and stuff like that. But once, Transformers Talk popped up, I was 100% in for that one. So without a doubt.
So we can see the dedication, the devotion behind you on the right.
Oh yeah. I got tons of stuff. And I'm moving in like 2 months, so I'm trying not to like decorate too much because I gotta take it all down in like a month or two. So, yep.
Oh, it's a horrible project. I have been cleaning my office for the past 3 weeks. And I've been doing like wall at a time, and it is horrible taking stuff down and having to dust it. And oh man,
I'd say it looks exactly the same, but I've just noticed BB's moved.
BB has moved. BB is now located on next to Computron. It's just there.
Is that only because you've got your Claire statue now?
Yeah, Claire needed to go up there, so that's Claire from Resident Evil. I can't get my thumb.
Just like trying
to get it right.
Basic motor functions are hard for Nick.
Yeah, I collect a lot of video game related crap.
Nice.
Basically,
and at some point I'm doing an office tour, so I had to clean up.
When are you doing that? I thought you were putting that out, sooner than this.
Because it's taken me this long to tidy. So trust me, dude. Like it took me like 5 hours to do like one shelf. And there's a lot of spiders, and I hate spiders. I'm arachnophobic.
Just get some air in a can. Fine.
No. You like spiders, Jamie?
I don't mind spiders, but yeah, I actually have an air in the can on my screen right there, right next to my Energon edition.
See?
Am I missing out on a trick here? Like,
it makes dusting a lot easier. Plus, like also my PC, like I take the glass off and try to clean it that way too, without having to get in there and mess around. So I will tell you, the air in the can are pretty nice.
I'm gonna get some air in a can immediately.
Do it.
That's pretty good.
Is glass on the side of a PC like a thing now? Is it the standard?
So it's for some people they use it as an aesthetic. I have it on my PCs just so I can like make sure I see when they're dirty, and if I have to go in there and do upgrades or whatever else, like it's just an easy open the glass and then I'm just access to it. So
okay, because I built my own PC like 9 months ago.
Yeah.
And the case I bought came with glass, and so I was like, this looks really cool. And I've been hearing more and more about how it's just like the thing, the industry standard.
It's so you can, like I said, you can see what's going on in there. It's to show off for a lot of people like streamers and stuff, and so you can get the RGBs in there all flare and look all cool. So more of an aesthetic really than a necessity.
Yeah, I thought glass on the side of cases was always a thing. That was
nah, not for a long time. It definitely was more of like you would just kind of build your PC and it just was is what it is. But now you get like logos slapped on the side and all the lights and all that. Like, nah,
it's a metal box at the end of the day. That's what I thought it always was. Just a metal box with some wires in it.
No, man, I've seen people get really precious over their cases, like, and they have some of them designed with faces, and they look really pretty. Like my piece has always been dumped under my desk, so you can't see it. Like it's quite powerful, but it just no one ever sees it. It's just
pure power.
The silent.
As long as it works, right?
Still can't handle recording with 3 webcams at the same time, though, can it?
I think that's just OBS. OBS is just bad.
I will tell you, OBS. I've had issues with it. I run XSplit, and I have no issues running 3 to 5 webcams. So,
really?
But you do have to pay for XSplit versus OBS is free. It's only difference.
Okay. So. No, I'm mentally noting this down though, because that's a good idea.
Yeah,
we'll discuss XSplit after the video. But,
no one wants to hear pricing on XSplit on camera.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever watch any of my live streams, but like one of the things that XSplit does that I love is that you can change scenes on the go just with hotkeys. So like I can pan over to one person talking and then pan over to someone else talking and then pan over to the game table and all that other stuff. So it makes things a little more easy. So
and that's all through XSplit. Sick.
Yep, all through XSplit.
Make sure you're checking out Jamie's streams, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not already. Plug.
when they come back eventually, right?
I know. It's we did mention this briefly, like pre-start of the show, but obviously, life in lockdown has made content creators' lives difficult. Of course, so we're all having to come up with inventive ways of trying to entertain people. You've been doing a lot of deck techs, which has been cool.
I've been doing a lot of deck techs, just trying to really spend more time just chatting with people. More than I like. I'd say I jump in my Discord pretty regularly, almost every day, but definitely now it's been like more proactive, trying to message people, messing around with the patrons a lot more, just doing a lot of deck profiles, playing with people online via webcams and stuff like that. So just trying to be a little more into the community more than a little more video focused right now. So
yeah, that's fair. I think we need that really because morale's generally quite low, I would say.
Yep.
A lot of the regular people who are into the game maybe taking a step back from it. I mean, what can you do if you're not like into playing online with other people?
Absolutely.
Missing that physical element of the game is going to be hard, right?
Missing the physical element of human interaction right now is a nightmare. Like this situation hasn't been kind to me at all. I lost my job. I had to go and work at a supermarket, doing like.
Oh, that's the case then.
Doing menial work for okay pay, and I just want to be sat down on my butt for 8 hours a day doing 2 hours of work, and I want to be sitting down with my bros and recording some games and that, and it's so frustrating, but it's necessary.
It is necessary.
This entire situation is necessary, and this is a message from Dan. Smash. BOA.
Stay
BOA
home.
Bungalow Towers Part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Stay home. Stay safe.
Don't go out unless you need to. Don't go around your mates for that barbecue because you know Donna's going to get drunk and just mess everything up. Stay at home. Stay safe. Make sure you're doing your bit. Everything you can to keep this crisis at bay.
Even if in about an hour and a half's time, when our dumb Prime Minister decides to announce some relaxed laws, you probably shouldn't. But once again, we don't want to get too political on Blue Talk because it's a fun time and no one wants to hear that. But no, stay safe. Or, I don't know. Or else. I don't know what we're going to do. We can't leave the house. So...
Stay safe, otherwise Nick will write a scathing email to your landlord.
I will. I mean, me personally, I've been fairly busy with work still. So, like, I've been working from home, and it's been busier than normal than I would be if I was in my actual office, which has been incredible. So, yeah. What's your situation been like during all this, Jamie?
Yeah, I've been working now back for probably about a month. I work in I'd say a brick and mortar place. So I've been back to work, trying to just do things like normal, just make sure, you like you said, being safe, social distancing, keeping your hands clean, wear a mask, all that good jazz. So that's why I had to take about half my beard off, was that it was impossible to fit a beard into any other mask. So luckily I had a buddy who tailored one up for me, and then I took off about half, and now it works out great. So
it works. I am massively jealous of your beard, by the way.
well, thank you.
It's like, seriously, all I want in life is a humongous beard, and like mine just grows outwards as opposed to downwards.
Yeah,
bro. At least yours grows. I'm barely out of puberty. This doesn't grow on the cheeks. I almost did it again.
Look
at that.
Yeah, I can't grow hair on top of my head, but I can grow a beard, so I got to at least wrap some hair, right?
Yeah, but you're rocking a look, Jamie, and it's sweet.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for that stereotype, bald beard kind of thing.
I call it the Max Payne. Have you ever seen Have you ever played Max Payne, like the game?
Yep.
Max Payne 3. He has that look.
Yep.
It was shortly after I played that I was like, because I used to have a shaved head like completely. But I used to shave like my face as well. I called it
Yeah.
at the time the Vin Diesel because
Okay.
all the way back then that's what people were into apparently. And then I played Max Payne. I was like, I'm going to grow my beard out now. Yeah, let's do it. And I rocked that
Now
for a bit.
Might as well.
suddenly he's got a top knot,
I mean,
shaved side,
you can't really
looking
see
like
it,
some
but-
sort of heel.
Right?
My hair is
Yeah.
really long. Like it's down to here. I don't know how I've grown it this long now. So like,
That's long. Yeah.
and I'm nearly 40. Like my hairline is not receding yet. I don't know what's happening, but it is my Greek.
That's good. Keep
Yeah.
it going.
It's the Greek genes in me. That's what it is. It keeps yeah. Right. Are you ready for a random question which I'm going to fire at you? Are you ready for this?
Fire as many as you want, man. Go for it.
Okay. So, what is your naughty takeout treat of choice?
You know what? There's a place by me. It's called the Bunt Shop, and we ended up coming across it as like some random thing, but they do bunt cakes, and they do insane bunt cakes. Though it's not like you're just normal, like, oh hey, here's like a vanilla topping. Like they do some pretty insane stuff. Like one of them was like bone marrow and cherry like drizzle or something like that. And it's mainly just because the color, but they do some really really interesting stuff. So like when I'm going out for like a treat, I usually hit that place.
Bunt cakes. Okay.
Yeah, little bunt cakes. Yeah, like I mean, they're like little, they're small, so I don't have to go too crazy. I'm not trying to like, put down a whole cake or whatever else. But yeah, that's my place.
Okay.
My jam.
Okay. I never. I have to admit, I'd never heard of a bunt cake before, but I want to eat one.
I couldn't even like it. A taller donut? I don't know how to like best explain it. Like it's rigid, it's taller. There's still a hole all the way through the center. Like I said, it's like a taller donut.
I mean, I'm sold.
But more of a cake consistency than a donut consistency.
Dan's putting a picture. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Yeah, it's sold.
Yeah, and like I said, they do a bunch of different stuff on top, or like sometimes it's like cookies and cream, or like they do a bunch of different things. So it's pretty.
The hole
pretty
in the
chill
middle.
Place.
The
Yeah.
hole in the middle makes it pretty versatile. Like I saw I saw El Facebook cooking video number 22. And someone made one to put
coffee out then.
Like they put this really cool like matcha sauce in the middle, and this like nice glossed glaze cover. Just cut into it and it goes in. Oh,
yeah.
I can't believe you've been almost 40 years through life, Nick, and never had a bun cake.
No, but I want one like now, immediately.
I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what. I'll take you out. We'll find someone that does it, and I will treat you.
Oh,
if you pay for everything
after
else.
lockdown. don't get my hopes up like that, man. Come on, it's like...
I'll take you out. I'll take everyone out.
All right,
that's funny.
We're gonna be doing
get bun cakes.
All
we'll fly Jamie over.
Hey, I'll do it.
Get some.
Dude,
I've been needing a reason to go over there other than just normal travel, so I would 100% fly out. 100%.
It's still on my list to kind of go to America at some point in the next few years and just go and hook up and connect with like all the content creators I can over States. And I think from what I've seen anyway, there's a bigger scene on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, you go to the East Coast and you got tons of people out there playing. You know what I mean? Like you got us and then a few people in San Francisco. And then you got the Texas boys as well down there. But I mean, pretty much everyone's up on the East Coast for sure.
Which is crazy, because obviously we're Wreck and Roll.
Yeah.
They're close to Philly, I think.
Yep.
Which is East Coast. Vector Sigma's not too far away. Stefan said he was only about a couple of hours drive.
Yep.
Yourself.
Myself. Yep.
I just want to see people. I just want to meet people because this is all fine, but this is like kissing through glass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, more of that social aspect,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, let's say. Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. We hung out with a few people at the Energon Invitational and stuff. And usually when we go to the conventions, I know here we hang out with a few different people, and the face-to-face is definitely worth it. There's a lot of awesome people in the community, so it is definitely really awesome to hang out for sure. Just hit up a bar and just hang out. Don't need to talk too much about Transformers game. You just get to just meet the people, get to know more about them that you don't normally see on camera and stuff like that, and just hang out. It's a lot of fun. Super amount of fun.
It's what I like.
One of the important things.
Yeah, I was going to say it's what I like about the community, man. It's only in its infancy right now. That's the good thing. It's only been going for a short amount of time, and already there's been some great connections made. People that you would never have spoken to if this thing didn't exist, and
100%.
It's been really, really good. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully, it continues to thrive for, say, something as long as Magic does. You know, I know it's a big push.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. It's a tall order, but I definitely hope so. I mean, we're almost into wave 5, already, so I think that's really impressive by itself. So I definitely see that it's got, and there's enough content there and enough lore in Transformers for them to go for a good long time before they have to start making new stuff.
But also, more importantly, the people at Wizards listen to their player base, and they don't say,
Right.
"Oh, you guys hate vehicles. Let's put more vehicles in."
Yep.
Hashtag sorry,
Star
not
Wars
sorry.
Destiny, yeah.
Hashtag Rip Destiny.
I mean,
Yeah.
so I'm an ex-Destiny player, and I enjoyed a good Thrawn Snoke deck. Don't get me wrong, but even I recognise that was BS.
Dude, that game was full of BS. I don't know if you get a chance, Jamie. But I think the day when, I didn't play it, I watched play, and I watched a lot of play, obviously, because Nick and Salty and Adam, this was their game before Transformers, whereas I am and I was and still very much play a lot of Magic the Gathering. So Adam had built a deck that was just one character wide. It works very similar to Transformers in the sense that you have characters you start with.
It was Palpatine.
Yeah, it was Palpatine, and this thing was just gross. Beyond grim. I'm like, oh, dude, this is like going. I thought it'd be like going 2 wide against 4 or 5 wide. This thing was disgusting because you just got to do. You got so much versatility and utility out of the character, who was still doing damage because you were resolving his dice.
Yeah, that sounds pretty brutal. I could definitely. There's a few different decks, and I guess it would just come across in a lot of card games that you definitely understand when the deck has gone too far to when you're not having fun, So, yeah, that'd be off-putting in a game pretty much in anything. So,
for me,
I don't play Springer anymore.
I mean, for me, it's anything involving Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend, because the guy it's like cheating, isn't it? it's like
and just wait for belligerence, man. That guy will be even better now, and you could just go get it every turn.
Yeah,
him and Alpha Trion both. Alpha Trion, I've been playing with him a lot lately, and I think that guy is ridiculously good now. Just because you're all these free blue cards on attack, and then you're I'll just flip him, go get belligerence for my next swing. It's okay, cool.
Sorry, did someone say the return of the gruesome twosome OPBL and Alpha Trion? Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of potential. So
I think, did you try that, Dan?
Oh, I did, and it was fun.
You did, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
We all know Dan loves his action economy.
Yeah, Alpha Trion, I was very sad that he didn't see much play. It would be nice if he gets a bit more use now because of some of the new cards in Wave 5.
we can hope, but Alpha Trion just kind of did what OPBL did, but worse, but not for a low enough star cost, I think, to be relevant.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. If it had been 1 star less, maybe 2 stars less, he would have been insane and verging on broken, because you could have then got him into you could have somehow gotten him into 4 wide, had that protection for him, put him with a patrol. But at the moment is he 11 stars or 12?
He's 11 stars, yeah.
11 stars just kind of pushes him over that boundary of putting him with 3 other good characters. And you could potentially get away with ASP, but then you're not flipping blue actions. And I said the word.
You said the word, and I instantly was just like, oh, God, Airstrike Patrol.
Now, out of the patrols though, because I'm curious, because I've talked to a few people over there. Is the off-road patrol more of a issue in your guys' area, or is the airstrike patrol more of an issue in your guys' area?
Well, our area is us.
Oh, okay.
So,
Huh?
I said our area is us.
Oh, okay.
We go to a place called Manascrew in Northampton every now and then, and the big tournament we did up there, I think ASP was a bit more prominent and prolific. But
I played against one ORP, and it was really good. It was ORP and General Prime.
Was that
That was Nathan Gordon. Hi Nathan, if you're watching.
Yeah, it's a solid list.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised because I'd not seen it before, and when you kind of look at something and go, yeah, that's all right, and then you kind of forget about it. It was like I was all of a sudden reminded of his existence, and I was, wow, yeah, that really is strong.
And
Damn.
like all these guys now get bold too. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, bold off the bat
Yeah.
is inherently busted.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
think
Any sort of
ASP
bold
are
off the bat.
worse though.
I would agree. I know that I've heard a lot of people who've been like off-road patrol, and I'm like, we had off-road patrol here for a while. We had one of our teammates was running a list, exactly that same team for a while with off-road patrol, and it was really good, but it was definitely like Airstrike was king. You know what I mean? Like those guys were just everywhere and they hurt a lot.
I do think the secret sleepers are Rescue Patrol. There's
Oh, dude,
something
I'm so in on Rescue Patrol. You know why?
Go on.
Why?
Cosmos.
Yeah, yeah. We have I don't want to say a secret deck here, but we definitely have a list that we're working on with Cosmos, and he never misses, and it's every time he swings. So every time,
Grim, absolutely grim. Is that with the? Is that with the?
Is with Rescue Patrol.
No, with the stratagem.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because the Rescue Patrol allows you to have 12 stars, and Cosmos is 11. So luckily, his stratagem comes in, puts him at 12, and you just go through your. It's insane. It's insane. You're just flipping. Like, oh, okay, here's 10. Okay, swing. Here's 10. Okay, defend. Here's 10. All right, I'm shuffling. You're KO'd. It's like, oh, okay. And it's a 4 wide. So I mean, Cosmos usually gets to hit who he wants. So.
Yeah, that's pretty vile. It'll be nice. This is one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing some old cards come back and be kind of competitive now. I have gotten very sick of seeing Galaxy Prime. Like when I first saw the card, I was like, yeah, that can be some dumb, stupid rubbish. It will be funny to see him go solo with, like, I don't know, some Magnus armor on there or whatever. Now I never want to see him again. Like,
yeah.
But now
I ran some jank with him just to put cargo trailers for fun because like there's nothing against Galaxy Prime. I think he's a very good character. He was designed very well, but like we play meta when we need to. I guess I would say is the best way to put it. But then we know to turn it off when it's not time. So usually we try to mess around with those characters, but do it a little more on the jank side of things. And cargo trailers are really fun for him, but I'm definitely not planning on suiting him up anytime soon unless it's for like testing purposes. So.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of the reasons why, like, say, the Meta Monday thing that we do on and off season is good because we get to test out like proper meta decks, like but then the rest of the time we can just mess around with what we want, which is much more fun.
Plus, it's a really good thing for, I would say, for viewers. Like, they like to see everything, right? So you get to get your times where you're dabbling into a little more competitive, and people get to see that world, and then you get to go into a little more. Hey, today we're playing Volcanicus, and then they're like, oh, now I get to see this side too. So
Don't say that name.
But it's the thing. I'm really looking forward to see what people do with Volcanicus now. Like,
I'm messing with him currently. I don't have anything solid yet, but I'm definitely messing with him currently. So. I'm very excited. But I was also one of those first people, like, as soon as they showed Volcanicus, I was like, oh, I still function like Sludge. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? It was an insta thing when they first talked about it. So I definitely am going to be revisiting the character. So I don't think it'll be competitive by any means, but if I can get him to get like bold 35 just once, I'm good. Like that's it. I just want to do it once.
It's so tantalizing to have a bold 35, 56 health attacker.
Yep.
And it sounds like it should be busted.
I know, right? Yeah.
It sounds like it should be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I will tell it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean,
you can get that thing up to bold 40 with Dino Chump.
Oh yeah. So like I'm running right now a solid blue list just because you got to have that survivability in the beginning. So Brass Knuckles was an instant new one that came out with this wave. So I'm like, okay, cool. We get around Sabotage Armaments. And then I'm going with Belligerents and Inverted. And I'm actually running 50 cards currently because like you have that much bold is really cool, but then you don't have a deck to flip. So then you're like, oh, well, I only have 20 cards to flip. It's kind of a waste. So I'm running 50 right now. It's running pretty good. It's running pretty good.
That's something that has never crossed my mind currently is playing a deck with more than the
Yeah.
More than
like I
the
said,
limit of cards.
Yeah.
I like that, because up until now there has been this silent rule that if you're running over 40 cards in a deck, it's kind of a bad deck. And I'm like, I mean, some people maybe go over one or two, but it's going forward as the sets get bigger and there's more sets and more choice. You're going to find it really hard to pinpoint certain cards, and the only option really is to increase the deck size.
Yep.
I'm gonna counter that.
Go on.
I'm gonna say you need to play your 40 best cards.
But
That's
what if there's 45 best cards?
Cut 5.
Why?
5 of them are worse than the rest.
That's what playtesting's for, right? You have to find out what 5 are worse than the rest of the other 5, I guess, right?
But with that, if there's reasons to play more, you'll play more. Like back when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I was playing about the time a card called The Grass is Greener was available, which said you mill yourself until you have the same number of cards in your deck as your opponent. There was this really cool Light Sworn Grass is Greener deck I was chilling with. And in that, the maximum deck size in Yu-Gi-Oh is 60, the minimum is 40. And you were running 60 just because you were getting all of this value off of milling cards out and milling yourself into grave. So if there's valid reason to, like, again, maybe you've got a 45 card combo. Or maybe there's a card that benefits from having a larger deck, then absolutely, fair play. I'm not completely averse to going over a couple of cards. It's fine, I get away with it. I give Nick a lot of slack for playing 42 card decks, but in actuality, 2 cards is probably okay. But yeah, if there's need for it, absolutely play more. If not, try and keep it to 40 as much as possible. That's my
I would
my
say
2
it's
cents.
probably the safest route to go there. The only other character that we've explored going over with is Sunstorm. That list, I think that we're running. I think Kevin runs 48 in his list, and it's just because there's enough cards to make it relevant enough, like you said, and then like especially with the new cards coming out of wave 5, where it's like, oh, secret action, now I don't scrap my cards, so you just get protection pretty much at all times, and then. I mean, I've seen him swing with that guy for 45 damage. So, I mean, you know.
So somewhere
Sorry,
Salty has
1
just gone. He's doing. Wait.
I think he's telling the world. Or he's spitting something out. I don't know.
I'll wait for the hook. I'll wait for it.
Sorry, I just had to go and be sick.
All right. I thought Salty was outside shouting up, saying, "Did I hear Sunstorm?" He's like, "Hello." So Salty loves Sunstorm. I can't even Stunstorm. That's a new card.
Yeah.
Salty loves Sunstorm and has been using a Sunstorm deck since Wave 1, I think.
Yeah.
And it's only gotten better every time he's put one out. As soon as we told him about, is it Crankcase?
Crankcase. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the +5 for having more than 5, and no, +3 for having 5 or more in hand. So he's 8 attack.
And then the stratagem says you can't have your hand scrapped, which is good for Sunstorm, because that's every time he plays his deck and one of us brings out a system reboot or a
yeah, that's it. It's
security checkpoint.
It's the most polite table flip you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like, oh, just excuse me, and then they just walk out, and then they're gone.
Basically, it's just like, well, I can't win now, so it's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Walking out the room and you hear this, in the distance.
Yeah, that feels bad for sure. That is for sure.
It's just there's nothing worse than having a gimmick that you so badly want to show off, and then someone just goes, "Nope."
Yeah, here's this one card. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely.
It's happened for my sideswipe deck that I put together ages ago for my sideswipe challenge. That's got a one-time gimmick, really. I say one-time gimmick. Yeah. But if someone disrupts that on the way to it happening, and it can be disrupted easily, just by getting rid of cards in my hand or whatever, it's upsetting. It's either that or I have sideswipe hit for what is it, 15 bold 10, and you're like,
oh wow,
yeah,
that's solid.
Yeah, it's like if I can get to that stage, great. If someone ruins it, I'm going to be upset. So
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to ruin, though. Luckily enough, like
I mean, I've designed the deck in a way that
there's no instant speed removal that taps a character down yet.
yet.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Give me enough cards and I'll play the combat control deck. I'll do that. I'll just be like, no, we'll tap him because I don't want you swinging with him. You can swing with him though, but you'll tap him and you can't swing with him, and you've got to attack this guy. So you can't attack this guy. But if I tap this guy, then you can attack this guy. Oh, complex combat. Give me that.
The lockout would be real.
So I feel this is probably a good time to insert a question in from one of our viewers, just because I was looking at the list and this feels kind of relevant. This is from Rogue from our Discord, and he says, "What inspires theory crafting about a card when you see it?"
That's a really good question. So the first thing that I look at is viability. Like when I read the character, do I see that it fits in a certain space? Because right now our pool of cards is very limited, right? So you can't just it's not like I have to go back like 10 years and see if a combo is really cool with this one card, like for Magic, for instance. So it's like we know all the cards that are, relevant now. So it's like look at it and go, okay, does this have potential with, X, Y, and Z? Okay, it may be just a fun deck. I can, mix with this one card. I'll try something like that later. Or if I see something like Pounce that just came out where I see the guy and I'm like, oh my God, this has so much potential, like Spy Master's Ruse. A lot of the pieces start to fit together. So that's really where I start the theory crafting process, is like the synergy that the character just brings. Because we have this game where you always have your characters in play. You always have these abilities on hand. You don't have to wait for like you to draw something. So it's really starting with what does the character want and what can it do,
Pounce. I completely forgot he existed until this morning.
Yeah, the guy's insane.
So what? I just asked
To the internet.
To the internet quickly.
So Pounce he has 5 attack while in alt mode,
Yeah.
2 defense, which is relevant, 12 health, and then while you have a face up or face down secret action, he gets +2. So if you happen to stack multiple actions, he gets all of those. You flip over to alt mode, he picks up and goes to 3 armor, which I think is ridiculously insane. You get to look at the top 3 of your deck, and then you get to reveal a secret action, put it in your hand, and then put the other 2 back on top of your deck in any order. So you get a lot of top deck manipulation as well as digging. You know what I mean? So
how much does he cost?
8, 7. I think he's 8, and then a stratagem is 1. And then a stratagem says when you flip from bot mode to alt mode, you may play 2 secret actions from your hand just for free.
Oh
so
my God!
You're getting +4 and playing 2 secret actions.
Is that the one we were on about replacing in your Secret Service deck?
No, that was Night Racer.
Yeah, no, Pounce is absolutely insane. I've been playing with him and testing him. I swing on average for 15 with the character all the time on a regular.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. This has really stumped me.
Right, I've got my sick bucket
ready. I've got a Skywarp deck. Wave 3 Skywarp?
Yep, for the secret actions.
Secret actions that I was working on. It was him, Mirage. For some reason, I can't remember the other 2. It was Flame War and somebody else. My brain is gone. Anyway, the point is, I'm working some secret action nonsense out with those characters. Night Racer fit in there, but now I'm thinking about Pounce, and now I don't know what to do. So that's confused me.
Pounce, Skywarp, Night Tracer, and then both stratagems. That still gives you access to 2 stars because you get Night Tracer stratagem. You'll pick up those lucky dodges.
Yeah.
And you're in a golden world. Like you have brainstorms, you got the special ops missions, so you can play all your secret actions. You flip Pounce, you get to play secret actions, and then you're drawing off of your Skywarp. Like it's insane. Like you're literally just like, oh, I'll just play 5 actions this turn because I can. And then you have Spy Masters, so they're just sticking around. So your opponent, like, they eventually have to walk into it. You know what I mean? Which is just Spy Masters is an amazing card. So it makes things so nice.
It's what Spy Master's Ruse is going to be great. It's. I'm just looking at the other character. So the other character was Firefly, actually.
Okay.
I think
brave.
Yeah, so I had a brave character, a tough character, and then I was using Mirage and Skywarp to do the secret action economy and card draw. Like the card draw was dumb. I always had a hand of like 10 cards, like
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely.
those situations.
For sure.
But I'm thinking about those three and the stratagem, and my brain is firing right now. But I said I wouldn't do this until I had cards in hand. Like that's the one thing I haven't touched any Wave 5 theory crafting properly yet.
Yeah.
Just because I like to go into my cave. So when each wave gets released, I open all my boxes. I disappear into my Akuma cave for like 3 days, and then I come out with 20 decks, and I'm like, here we are, let's play these. And
it's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's just that other people will look at that and go, you sat there for 3 days making decks. Like I'm like, yeah, it was fun.
That sounds awful.
No,
I could not sit down in front of cards for 3 days and go, right, this and this and this and this and this. Now I get random flashes of inspiration, like just out of the blue at work. Suddenly, boom! I zone out for 20 minutes, and suddenly in my head, I'm like, pucker. Again, one of my favorite stories is building Elite Prime OA whilst I was zoned out, sat at my desk at my office, hands on the keyboard, looking like I'm doing something.
Just staring.
But it was like being a wax doll. Like
it's like, Dan, are you okay? Are you okay, Dan?
I have seen enlightenment.
In your head, you're that meme of the glowing galaxy brain. You know, you're just like
yes, absolutely big brain energy. I now have a list for that.
Oh, good. So Elite 1,
Perceptor, Apex.
Oh, Perceptor.
And it had to be Apex because he gives stealth, but he puts Perceptor up to 11 stars, so you can involuntary promotion Elite 1 away.
Okay.
And then you can involuntary promotion Perceptor out for Elite 1.
Right.
It's total star count, yeah.
So
and then you've still got a character when Elite 1 inevitably dies, because that's what continues your combo.
Right, okay.
I love combo.
If this works, you'll either be a genius or, I don't know, insane.
It's my goal to get a card banned. Like, if I can get a card banned, I'm sound. Ads was like, please don't let it be. It was either Peace Through Tyranny or I Still Function. I'm like, look, if it happens, it happens.
I mean, I would be okay with the banning of Peace Through Tyranny, to be honest. That's controversial. Controversial talk there, ladies and gentlemen. Like,
I would be okay with an errata to make it cost a star as long as they did the same to security checkpoint.
I would say for the most part, everybody would be okay with the fact that Peace Through Tyranny, if we're to get banned, let's say, everybody would be okay with it. The only reason why people won't is because, like, be happy with it is because the card does so many good things. And like, just wait for Sky Shadow stuff to come out. I've been seeing it a lot lately. Like, it is insane with Sky Shadow, just because like you get those additional swings and you get to bring out Sky Shadow for it. Like, there's no disadvantage to it now, because it's like, oh well, this guy's tapped and only has 3 health left. I'll just get rid of him and then just get 2 Sky Shadow swings. Like, it does some pretty insane stuff. So people wouldn't be upset to see it leave because you won't have to deal with it anymore. But those who have invested into it would be like, oh man, I lose my cool card. So, you know.
Yeah, the amount of games that I've seen played where it's come down to, if you can get a Peace Through Tyranny in hand and do the thing, you win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude! Like, Peace Through Tyranny is a lynch in my King Starscream Skytread deck. Like, that card is literally, you've got it in opening hand, cool, you've probably won.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be
it's
harder.
It's a really hard card to fight, for sure.
I feel...
It's Wave 1.
It's Wave 1, but because there's a lot more cards coming in Wave 5 that seem to make use of it now, I've seen... As much as I've seen people loving Wave 5, I've also seen some complaints about Wave 5. And it's really hard to... I don't want to sort of side with one or the other, because that's not me. I'm happy just to, experience everything and get involved with everything. But like, I still if people are upset with the new wave, I still think that's not a good thing that you want in a game in its infancy right now. And it does concern me slightly.
Are people upset with Wave 5?
I've seen a few complaints here and there. People are like, oh, I don't like Wave 5. It's ruining the game and that kind of thing. It's just
Wave 2 was
comments.
worse than Wave 5.
Yeah, no, it's not more the fact that it's like it's more of the I don't know how to like best word it. It's more of the power creep that people have been talking about a lot with Wave 5 is that it's putting it into a different bracket than any other wave has before. Like, I mean, you could even just look at a few of the characters that are getting played like an insane amount right now, like Horrible and Fangry. They are very, very good characters and they're very, very low star cost. So it is definitely a tougher thing to navigate if you are pushing that more competitive side of things, because they are difficult characters to deal with and they require you to build your deck a certain way, which is what the hard part is,
Yeah, that it's going to be. Well, I say once again, I'm going to know more once I'm in it. Right now, I've been taking a step back. I guess and just focusing on, other things. So it's been sorry to be really vague. Not dying being one of them. It's really really vague, but it's. Yeah, so I guess I'll have more of an opinion on it once I'm in it. But for now, I don't know. I'm in the frame of mind where there is always a way around something. You just got to find it.
Yep.
So if something feels broken, there has to be an answer somewhere in the cards. So
yeah, you just have to change what you're doing, and that's really what it is. I'm absolutely in love with Wave 5. I think Wave 5 is great. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with a lot of the stuff that they've been doing with it. So, like I said, I'm good for it, but I agree. I just think that sometimes you may not be able to always play that one deck that you really like to play because there's just something new that hits it hard. So you may just have to build a second deck or build your ninth deck, whatever your case is. So
I suppose that once again depends if you want to play meta or not as well. Like if you are going to a tournament, prepare to face the same deck about 10 times and have an answer for that deck.
One thing I will say is if you're playing with your friends, ladies and gentlemen at home, if you're playing with your friends and someone brings a card that is like an A+ power rating to your C+ games, it is okay to tell them not to play that card.
House rules. Makes sense.
Absolutely. Like if you're playing casually, if you're playing kitchen table and someone brings a copy of Belligerence to like a janky kind of game where you're trying to get like, I don't know, Elite of 1 comboing off with Perceptor and Apex.
I like that little drop there.
It's okay to ask them. You'd be like, look, Belligerence is a really powerful card. It's really good. But this completely kills me. So would you mind? We'll give a few games a try where you're not playing it, and then afterwards you can give a game with, and we can see, if it makes it a little bit fair. Like that is okay.
Just
I think you guys worded it perfect. Like if you go into a meta tournament, you got to understand what you're walking into, and if your meta tournament isn't like the same stuff that's online, or let's say your meta tournament is the Elite combo, then then that's a different story. But like if you're going meta, understand that you're going meta, and if you're going casual, understand you're going casual. I think it's the best way. Plus, it just keeps a really healthy game state. Like you don't want to go to your casual and just like 5-0 everybody and be like, oh look, I just want to, like, well yeah, but you kind of an bad guy for doing that. So just understand your play group.
No one wants to play against the guy that always wins.
Yeah,
it just puts people off, and in the end, it will be bad for your community. So, like,
I did the thing where I played meta. Funnily enough, with this, me and Ads both built bugs for like our first little tournament.
Yeah, you did.
And I think I won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, after that, it was like, cool. We've done this now. This sucks. This isn't as fun as we know the game can be. This is just turn things sideways, flip, you're dead. Bang, bang.
Yeah.
So we'll play meta when it comes to bigger tournaments and that, like where everyone else is playing meta. But I think between ourselves, we prefer the jank games. We prefer dumb rubbish.
We do prefer dumb rubbish. It's the thing, like I like to experiment and play with different things, and I don't consider myself good at building meta decks, if I'm honest. Like, I built something really stupid for the last tournament we went to, which was my police brutality deck. Like, and that is nowhere near meta. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Adam will argue differently if you watch the last video on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, of of his punishment. But that was the flukiest game I have ever played with that deck. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better draw. But there are far better card decks out there. Of course there are. Like, card decks aren't even meta, really. It's Galaxy Prime.
I want to talk about this so bad. I told a bunch of people that I wouldn't. I played a Galaxy Prime the other day, and I will say that I've never hit a Galaxy so hard in my life to where I actually felt bad for the Galaxy Prime. And I was running a card deck, and I got 4 attacks into the Galaxy Prime and just one swiped him off the table. It was an absolutely amazing feeling.
You should never feel bad about that. Never feel bad.
Yeah, right. I shouldn't feel bad because it's Galaxy, but I did because I've played Cars quite a bit, and I've never gotten just like that kind of sequencing. I just happened to be at like the exact time. But I mean, it was just like straight. I think it was like a total of like 30 damage after like the swings were out. It was just like, I mean, just one rounded them, and I was like, okay, that's definitely pretty messed up. But I was like, it's Galaxy, so I mean, how bad?
I mean,
low
key, you were absolutely content with yourself. Like, cool,
absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
What was the deck?
So it's a cars list that I'm running now. It's barricade cars.
Yes.
So barricade with the blank battle icons is absolutely insane. There's a few new things in wave 5 that I was running in there, but like I got 3 swings with barricade, so he had to go all 3 attacks back into barricade, and then I got 4 attacks into prime just with the other characters. So, and it was just like the deck is so set up to always untap when you swing pretty much. So it was just like, okay, Bumblebee's in for 8. Okay, Bumblebee's in for 15. Okay, Bumblebee's in for 22. And then you're like, okay, now I have Cliff Jumper that gets to swing too. So it's like, what do you do?
Is that is that Anticipation Engine?
Yes.
And Datapad, I presume.
Yeah, so I'm running Datapad Anticipation Engine, but
dude,
like
that's the combo. That's the Anticipation card.
So it's cool. Barricade that honestly does so much work in the list. And I chatted with someone in my Discord who originally was like, you should try Barricade. And I was like, yeah, but like blank battle icons, what am I doing with that? But then like you get Blade Furies now with wave 5, so you get +4 as long as you have a weapon equipped and it's till end of turn. So if you're swinging multiple times, like you're just getting an action grenade launcher. Ready for actions, a blank battle icon, so you're getting to untap constantly with that. And then supporting fire is also a new wave 5 card where you can attack an untapped character. So you get legendary Bumblebee's ability on any of your cards that you want without having legendary Bumblebee around. So like it does so much work.
So keep an eye out for Police Brutality 3, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in wave 5. I'm going to be updating that list. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's absolutely insane. So I've saved a few of the gameplays just like if one day maybe I want to kind of throw it out there, but it's a really gross thing to watch when you get to play like 15 cards on your turn and your opponent's tapped down and you have all 3 characters untapped ready to swing and you're just like, oh, I'll play this. Oh, okay, we'll also play this. Well, this guy gets +5 and then I'll play this and then I'm gonna swing for the first time, stack this. Okay, I'll untap, swing for the second. I mean, it's like it's gross. What do you do?
I mean, that's channeling the proper inner savage, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I look forward to seeing this in action.
Yeah.
No, this sounds lethal.
Yeah.
I'm so into this.
I'll shoot you guys the list, and you guys can have some fun with it.
Oh, baby.
No, Dan, you're not allowed. No.
Wait, back off.
I'll just drop it in your guys' Discord and just leave it there.
Just the 2 eyes emoji looking to the left, like.
It'll be Adam and Dan will be the first 2 people to jump on it, probably because they'll see it first and be like, "Oi!"
Claim it.
You know what? I'm gonna go into the.
He's claiming it already. He's not even
right now.
Damn you, Dan! I'll drop another question in from Rogue actually off the back of all of this, which is which super rares from Time Master's Attack are your favourite and least favourite? And you have 7 to pick from. That's 6, 7.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would say.
Damn you,
you can't see that.
Damn you.
Oh no. That's in there.
Funny. Least. I don't think there's really a least favorite, to be honest. I would say I'll pick a few to go on the bottom just because I haven't messed with them yet versus what I have messed with. Top of the list, I think it just has to be Night Racer. As much as I don't want it to be, I think it has to be. Her stats are just too good for what she does. Like she'll she'll be the hottest super rare coming out of Wave 5, in my opinion. And then if I were to go, let's say like 1 or 2 steps down, I think Pounce and Windsweeper are really, really big ones. I've been having an insane amount of fun with Windsweeper, some really cool jank stuff. That guy can like do some insane direct damage to like your opponent. As far as moving damage, I guess, not direct. And then bottom would probably be Roadbuster and Whirl. Whirl would be at the bottom just because I haven't messed them at all. I think his stratagem is really bad currently. And then Roadbuster, like I said, I just haven't messed with them yet. But I mean, being able to play like 3 attack drones or 3 extra paddings and like heal or deal 3, I think is going to be really cool down the road. But I haven't messed with it yet.
Yeah, that with that with a disarm as well.
Yep.
If you play the 3 attack drones, disarm 3 attack drones, is that right? Is that ping 6 damage? Is that correct, or am I wrong with that?
You wouldn't be able to do it all on the same turn only because you're playing the 3 upgrades and that is your upgrade already, and then your action would be disarm. So then you'd have to wait till next turn to play the 3 attack drones again.
Of course, yeah.
But,
okay. Yeah, because it ends the sequence, doesn't it? So it says you may play another one, but if you don't play it then, that stops it. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like you could still ping, you can still get the +3 for playing the attack drones and then disarm yourself and then do it again next turn and then you're stacked up again. You know what I mean? So like, you can definitely do a lot of good stuff. And then there's Hound in Wave 3 who gets the +4 whenever you play an upgrade. Yes. And then you got Junk Cannon from the new wave. So whenever you play an upgrade, you get an additional +2. So I mean, you can stack these guys pretty high with some attack. I mean, you'd be getting in for Hound for 19 or something like that. It'd be some insane number.
Oof. Once again, Salty just his ears pricked up. He loves Hound. So,
Hound and Junk Cannon is just. I mean, that's the dream right there. I mean, you're getting +4 for every upgrade you play. Okay. All right. Okay.
It sounds vile.
Imagine getting +12 on a character just because.
Yeah.
You're playing your upgrades for turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good. So yeah, I'd say that's my list for super rares, top to bottom, probably.
Okay. I'm mostly looking forward to Windsweeper, personally, just because I love planes and I love damage transfer. I've tried so hard to make it work, and I've not found a good consistent deck yet. To use.
You will with Wave 5.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'll tell you.
I'm looking forward to it.
I won't spoil too much, but Wave 5, you got some stuff there.
Okay.
So, I've been running as like one of the jank versions of it, running Slipstream and then 1 shell stand. So you just play 1 shell stand and put 3 on Windsweeper, 3 on the opponent, and then swing Windsweeper and just move all 3 to the opponent. So you just 1 shell stand your opponent essentially.
I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of insane.
I haven't even thought about super rare characters because I know I won't open any.
Oh, Dan's got incredibly bad luck with opening his boxes. I won't. Well, unless you want to tell the story, Dan, that's entirely up to you. But he cries every time he tells it. That's the problem. So we have to kind of console him a little bit.
Good news is Wave 5, you have a higher production rate of them. Hopefully 1 per box. I mean, it's gonna be hard to miss this one.
Yeah, but Jamie.
Have you met Dan?
This game hates me. I will be the one guy that buys 2 boxes. I've got to buy 2 boxes. I lost my last job. Blah blah blah. I'm not getting the 4 I wanted. But I'll buy 2 boxes, and I will open no super rare.
You know what? I bet that you open 1 super rare. 100%.
You want to put some money on that?
enough money to buy another box.
you know
absolutely.
What?
No, I'll tell you what. We'll put an entire suite of super rares on it.
An entire suite?
What?
That's it's a little high. Well, I'll say this.
How confident I am.
I'm getting a few boxes. We won't talk about how many, but you open those 2 boxes. Do like a video you box opening, right? If you don't pull a super rare, I will ship you a super rare on me for free. We'll do that. Okay? And then if you do pull a super rare, then I don't want nothing. I'll be happy you got your super rare.
Jamie, you don't need to do this, brother.
Because I have faith that this wave you will get your super rare. I have faith.
I'm not used to people being this nice to me.
No, because he's normally only got me to talk to, and I'm horrible to him. So it's
to be fair, Nick, we've got a very special relationship.
Yes.
That's good.
A very special collection.
You can call it special if you like.
That's good.
Borderline bullying. No, it's not really. I'm joking.
Cuddles me in bed sometimes, and it's
What?
so
Wait, what?
awesome. What?
Why are you in my house?
What I'll do then is I'll ship you his super rare, and then you guys can work it out.
Oh yes, perfect. I like it. That
No,
way,
please no.
I control everything. Yes. I mean, to say, I have overcompensated for boxes this time around, but 7 super rares. I'm still going to need to get more boxes.
I mean,
yeah, that'll be the tough part, is that because there is so many that like you are almost forced to get more boxes in the hopes, and then like it's also based on distribution, right? Like if let's say Night Tracer is so good, right? Everyone's playing her, but like you get 1 out of every maybe 5 boxes, it'll make it a lot harder for everyone to be able to get a lot of those characters. So it'll be interesting. So
Yeah. I'm a completionist, and I collect the sets. Like even if I didn't play the game, I would still just collect, because I love Transformers. Have done since I was 9, 10, 8, however long ago it was. I'm old. I'm old. But
old man Nick.
Oh man, I'm nearly 40, man. I'm 3 years off 40, so yeah. But it's I love Transformers through and through, and even if this never kicked off and we never played the game once, I would still be collecting the cards, I think. So just to at least have
I know a lot of people who don't have access to playing, but collect just because it is Transformers. So
yeah.
I do.
This is completely contrary to the thing that we said when the game started. In that, we'll buy the starter date, we'll play a few games, and might buy a few packs, and that's all.
I know.
We never thought that we'd be so in on this right now, and we never thought we'd end up like here.
I'm currently only missing 1 card, and that is Lunar Bumblebee, and it sucks so hard. Like
I know someone who's sitting on like 7. So if you want to message me separately, we can work something out.
We'll have a chat.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yes,
because I know they don't run very high, and the person that I know who's got them, I think it was like buy a box of Wave 1, I think from like somewhere, and it came with 1 for every box that he bought. So he ended up having a good amount of them. So
that's pretty savage. Let me know. Let me know.
Yep.
We'll chat privately.
I'll grab a Lunar Bee.
It's just the one thing that concerns me at the minute with the new set is the promos that are coming for that aren't going to be readily available, mainly for us, because there's not many WPN stores close by, and even the WPN stores that are close by are not guaranteed to get them, from what I'm hearing, which is worrying. I mean, I know I'll get one of the ones that I want. Like I want a Perceptor, a Tidal Wave, the other one,
the head.
Is it 8? No.
Yeah, the Convex.
I think so. Yeah,
I think it's Convex. Yeah. Pretty sure it is the Safeguard.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That seems so good to have on a head, right?
Oh yeah. So, yeah, I'm running it with new Prime, that Body Prime, and like with Toolbox, you just repair all the way back up, like every single turn. So like you always just have Safeguard as long as your opponent's not doing direct damage, which is everywhere. So
again, Saltman's ears prick up.
I'd be more. Prime. I would be interested in why a lot of those WPNs wouldn't have their promos. I know that, and it sounds really bad to ever like put it in the realm of it, but I know with like Magic and a lot of other games that do get access to them, some people choose not to give them away to people and sell them online versus what they're supposed to do. So I would assume and hope that that's not the case, but I would be interested as to why those stores wouldn't be getting their WPN exclusives, because usually Wizard ships kind of everything out to match. So
yeah, I'm hoping maybe it's just down to at the minute with obviously shipments being up in the air anyway.
Yeah, that'd be my thing with distribution just being as shaky as it is. So
yeah, but here's hoping. I will get one anyway. I'm confident I can source one from somewhere.
Yeah,
that'd be fine. We've got no issue getting hold of stuff. Like
yeah.
Just
I know a guy on the back of a lorry. He'll get me what I need, mate.
There you go.
Back of Peter's truck.
I don't know if I was between London and Birmingham there. I went a bit Peaky Blinders as well.
I don't know. All I know is that it's going to haunt me for the next 3 weeks.
All right, there, Dan. All right, mate. How do you feel?
Don't come near me or my children ever again.
Okay, I'm sorry. You haven't got any children. Silent.
That's not the point. Restraining order.
He's put a future restraining order against me. No.
Oh, I love you, Nick, but this is for your own good.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Right, let's toss in another question from the Energon Hustler, and he says, due to the current environment, would you like to see an official online version of the game along the lines of MTG Online?
So yes, but feasibly, it's probably not going to happen. Like something that took Magic a really long time was not really getting the software; it was having the player base that they could separate. So like you want your people, especially in a physical card game, to go out and buy physical cards and go play in stores. So if you make an online version, well, half of your players, 80% of your players, 20%, whatever the number is, will stop going to stores and stop buying online, or stop buying physical cards and start buying online. So you start to really separate your player base, which with how early we are in the game, I think would be a really bad idea. And that's why I think Magic's is so successful, is that they've built up this 30-year game where they have those people who can't go to local game stores, whether they live there or they don't have time to, and they have those people who can easily buy online and play online, or even just like play the dailies, and then they have the people who are already invested in the card game, and they're like, well, I have all these cards, there's no point in me not playing in stores. So I think we're a little bit off from that, but the fact that they have Magic Online and Magic Arena, I think is really amazing. Eventually we totally could have an online for Transformers. So I would become a streamer tomorrow if they had an online version for sure. But
I think we'd have to talk about moving to digital.
Yeah, right, for sure. But yeah, it's just too early in the game. Like you guys said, it's just in its infancy. So they're more about getting a community right now, getting people out there playing, getting it into people's hands. And I think an online version would bring a lot of people in who weren't dedicated, and that wouldn't be too good for the game right now. So.
And if we can get to that point though, like it'd be amazing. I know.
Yep.
For a fact, Magic's got two now.
Yep.
You've got Magic Online, Magic Arena. And Magic Online is for the people that like to play Magic the card game. Arena is for people who want to play Magic as a video game.
Yep.
Pokemon's got the Pokemon TCG Online. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't really have anything, but that's fine because it sucks.
Done, everybody, telling you how it is.
But this is potentially something that's going to come in about 10, 15 years.
Yeah, if the game keeps going, I definitely see it. Well, I 100% believe it'll eventually be a thing, and I think it would also be something that Hasbro would really want to jump onto, because you can get a lot of newer people into it, younger people into it. You'd have your animations, you could have some voice actors, give a little more life to it, and I think that would bring a lot of people in just naturally by itself. I mean, who doesn't want to play with Optimus Prime? And I would imagine Peter Cullen wouldn't be our voice actor, but you get anyone who sounds remotely close, and people would be like, "Oh, okay, this is really cool." So.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to listen to that Transformer noise every time they flip.
No, you did. Come on now. What are you saying?
Dude, I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you this. That noise is really annoying.
You're really annoying.
Have you ever opened up the app and just constantly just push characters and just quack? Yeah.
This is coming from someone who's in for card games and not Transformers.
Well, we've
TV show.
People watching will already know this, but for those of you that don't, Dan is not a so not necessarily not a fan of the Transformers, but you didn't get into this before Transformers. You got into it for card game reasons, and you know little about the lore and stuff. Whereas
I have a big appreciation for card games as a whole. I've played so many. And this one honestly just rings so well for me. Yeah, this is fun. We said that from the get-go. As soon as we sat down and played the first game, we're like, this game is fun. It's fundamentally fun. I play Magic at quite a high power level. I like meta. I like playing that as a thinking thing. This, and the reason I like Jank so much, is because it's just sit down, have a laugh, bust some stuff out. It did the thing once out of 20 games. That's cool. It's done it now. Chuck it off to the side. And I think that's the biggest appeal for this game for me. Absolutely. I don't care if I don't place tournaments. I don't care if I'm ever relevant on the world championship scene. You know what I mean? That's not what it's about. This for me is just sheer fun. And the fact, again, I'm so blessed because I get to have fun with 3 of my best friends on camera. People enjoy it. People love us. We get to talk to amazing people like yourself, Jamie. It's just incredible. I absolutely adore the point we're at right now, and I'll stop gushing now. I'm sorry.
Dan sometimes says nice things, so well done.
Just don't listen to me and Nick playing card at like 1 a.m.
Don't listen to us playing card. It's vile. It's a vile space.
That's a different energy.
That's a very different energy.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
God.
Whereas I say I got into it for Transformers, as did Adam, as did Salty, and as you know, as a result, obviously we've improved as card game players, which is nice. So, are you a massive fan of the lore, Jamie? Would you say, or like?
I would say I'm pretty split.
Yeah.
I know enough about Transformers and a lot of the lore and a lot of the other stuff. I definitely wasn't nearly as like a deep dive into like the collecting toys and anything or like comics, but I definitely read a bunch. I definitely watched a bunch. And then the card game on top of that was just the icing on the cake. Because just big card game player, so it was an easy transition to be able to play it. So, you know, like I said, I know enough to be dangerous, but like I'll talk to like Wes, who's one of our locals here. The guy is an encyclopedia for anything Transformers. Like I'll ask him a question, he's like, "Oh, well, in this comic book on this page it did this," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like that dude, he knows his stuff. I'm like, nah, I don't talk. I can't do any of that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, Optimus Prime, he's the red one, right?
So who's your favorite Transformer? Who's your favorite Transformer? Yeah.
You know, I'd have to say, like, if I had to pick one from like just lore, story, feel, and everything, I'd probably say Megatron, and it's just because of more of like his story arc from how he started and where he became. I don't like a lot of iterations that some people use of him, but I'd say like the core of the character, I'd probably have to go with Megatron.
That's fair enough.
I think so.
That's
Yeah,
fair enough.
That dude's story arc is it's pretty epic for sure.
Wait, you mean there's a story behind this card game?
Wow, buddy. Wow. There are people hitting the dislike button right now. What are you doing?
I've always been transparent with that.
I know.
Always.
I'm joking.
No, we've got a few people here who play as well, and they're like, I have no idea who any of these characters are, but I love this card, and I think what this card does is really cool. Like, and I think that's totally fine too. I don't think that you have to be know everything about Transformers to play this game. And I think it's one thing that a lot of people put off when it comes to even playing the card game is they're like, well, I don't know anything about Transformers. So, and it's like, the game doesn't require you to have any knowledge of Transformers. It just makes some things better if you do.
Yeah, but there's no general knowledge quiz every time you start a game. Like,
who did
Optimus Prime kill in episode 2 of like the anime?
Right, yeah. Yeah, you don't need any of that. But then you're like, oh, hey, I got this. You know, I'm about to attack Prime into Megatron. Well, this is just canon. You know what I mean? Whereas some people are just like, I'm just attacking a guy. You know, so.
But thankfully, everyone does know who Optimus Prime is, which is why he's in every set. It's like...
him and Bumblebee are their flagships. They'll be around for a while. This is the first set we don't have a Bumblebee though.
Second.
Thank God. Is it second?
Is it the second?
There was no Bumblebee in Siege 2, was there?
Wasn't there?
In Siege 2? No, there wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Huh. So you got 2 Bumblebees.
Okay.
Yeah, we had that one that came out in the starter, but that doesn't count. So
no, there's no Galvatron yet. There is there.
No, dude, well, I think we'll get Galvatron and Rodimus at the same time. So
Dan's sick of me mentioning him. Aren't you, Dan?
All I hear is like print Galvatron, print Tarn. That's not from you.
Tarn will be solid. Yeah. Overlord.
Overlord's Nick as well.
No, that's Adam. Adam is big on Tarn and Overlord. Yeah. I just want Galvatron. I want Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus. Give me my boys from the 80s.
Scourge will be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I've rearranged my shelf. You can't quite see it because they're just out of shot now. But I've put Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus next to each other.
Your eventuals are gonna go here.
Yeah. Like, cause Cyclonus is cool. Like, we got Bludgeon in this set. In getting in wave 5, and obviously I love Bludgeon as a character, but he's not quite got the look that I want him to have because I want him in the big samurai armor with the Kabuto helmet.
I think a bunch of people wanted that, for sure.
But I think that's like
look. It's only wave 5. Have some faith.
I know. Eventually.
I think everything is an eventuality for sure for them. Like I'm already 100% impressed that they've dove as deep into the lore as they have, because they didn't even have to go that far down. There's definitely tons of other characters that they could have put that are way more in the forefront of people's knowledge of them. They've dove real deep already, so I'm already impressed with the characters that they pulled out. So.
Yeah, I am. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I'm a patient man. I can wait for my boys to turn up. So
you gotta hope that when they eventually do that, they're good. They're not just like common, and you're like, ah, no.
I will cry.
No. Nick will think they're amazing regardless. Like, he's just like, oh my god, these are the best cards I've ever seen. It literally says flip, do 1 damage to this character.
Galvatron just needs a built-in OA that, like, as soon as you get the thing off, it's just like 15 damage, destroy all characters. I don't know, something ridiculous.
Just wipes them out.
Bonus interaction if you kill Starscream, you know that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm waiting for them is for them to dive a little bit into the storylines with doing stuff like that. Like, oh, you get plus, 2 attack as long as this person's on your team or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for something like that. That's a little more specific versus just like, as long as you have an Autobot, you get this, so.
Yeah, we started to see a few more faction-based things now. You got Wreckers and Beasts and stuff like that. So that's quite cool.
Give me Beast Wars. That's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting Beast Wars.
Yeah, man, straight up. I know what Beast Wars is.
Yeah.
Dan knows about Beast Wars.
A lot of people know Beast Wars. It was a really good time for a lot of people to get back into Transformers after that like weird period there. But Beast Wars is very, very well known. So I would imagine that eventually it will be a thing, and that'll be a set. That'll be an awesome set.
It'll be sick. Sure. You get Cheetor, the Rat.
Yep.
The Primal. Tyrannosaurus Megatron. Oh.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
I don't collect many toys. I've got a couple that I've kind of picked up here and there since getting into the card game. I had a copy of Tyrannosaurus Megatron. I really want the Masterpiece one.
Yeah, we got a few people here who have him, and he's amazing. He's amazing. So is Black Arachne, that new Masterpiece that came out. Like, she's amazing too. They've got those masterpieces. They are solid stuff. Solid.
What did I see recently that I really, really want, but it's like 500 notes?
Galvatron.
No, it was a Megatron, but as a stealth bomber.
Nice.
It's from one of the comics. He has a form where, because he's not grey, he's black, and he becomes this stealth bomber, and I was like, that is the sickest version of Megatron. Like, that is so good.
It's not quite Illuminati Starscream.
It's not quite Illuminati Starscream. That's a throwback.
So I'm curious. Your guys' conversion with money is obviously completely different than mine. How much did you say that it runs?
Oh, I said notes as a sort of general term.
Okay, so is that like
that could
just supposed to be like normal bills?
I mean, that could be. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So if I said 500, I'd be like $500 or $500 or like.
Gotcha.
It was a general term. Often when I see these prices quoted online, like they're in anything yen most of the time.
It's always. Yeah, it's always interesting when I talk to other people like from other countries, and they're like, "Oh, it costs this," and I'm like, "Oh, wait, hold on," because I got to figure out
how much is that in real money.
Yeah, I got to figure that out because I just don't get it. Like, I talk to some people, and like it sounds like 10 times more than it's supposed to be. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like 4,000," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And they're like, "Oh no, for you that's like 250." And I'm like, "Well, then why is it such a high number?" Like, it's just scary sometimes. So I always got to try to figure it out.
No, if I'm talking to someone stateside or not in the UK, basically, I'll always try and accommodate for that. So which is why I say notes, because it's a general term. It's roughly similar. So,
I got petrified. I backed a game on Kickstarter quite recently. I'm big up into board games and such as well. They made a board game for Tales from the Loop. Campaign's ended now, unfortunately, but it looks incredible. It's all about 1980s teenagers, robots, alternate history, Sweden. And I was looking at the back, the back notes, and I was like, "Oh, amazing, cool." I didn't realize it was in Swedish krona. So when I see that I'd pledged 669 Swedish krona, I didn't even see that bit. I was like, "Wait, what?"
Wait,
600. I do not remember playing that. But that works out to about £55.
Yeah, so it's a massive
Absolutely
difference.
mental.
Yeah, so it's like, wait, how much? And then you're like, oh, never mind. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, I had the same thing with Wonderful 101. So that was in a recent Kickstarter that I backed. I think I only put like the equivalent of 30 British pounds. But it has the yen translate, because obviously they're Japanese, the guys that are obviously doing it, and it was like 30,000 yen or something like that. And you always have that initial thing where you're like, 30,000 what now? Help! It's like,
Yep.
it's like double take. Okay,
Crazy.
it's only 30 quid. Whew, thank God. But yeah, conversions. Use Google.
Conversions.
It's a
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, every time.
It's a lifesaver.
Give yourself
Every
a
time.
10% wiggle room though.
Yeah.
By the way,
Usually.
because
Yeah.
everywhere's conversion rate is different.
Yep. Yep.
PayPal's is really good.
Yeah.
PayPal is pretty good. They're pretty solid. They've been around for a long time, so they're good enough now. They're definitely pretty good.
I love the
They
emails
are.
you get from PayPal though. It's like, hello customer, please
Yeah,
log
right.
in. It's like, no.
Hello, number 12.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to toss another question in. This one's from V Jackson, aka Brian. How you doing, buddy? He says, standard question: favorite deck of all waves. Wow, that's a big question.
That's a big question.
And favorite deck from wave 4.
I would have to say my favorite deck that I've played just across the board would be our Primetime list. It ran General Prime from Wave 3, Wheeljack, and Flame War.
Yeah.
And it was a 100% like mixed battle icon deck. And this was that time period when everyone's like, you have to play blue or orange. And it was like split down the middle. I think it was like 19 blues, 19 oranges, and like 4 whites or something like that. And I ran it at Gen Con last year, and it got me through one of the qualifiers. Probably my favorite deck just because of how much fun it was and how consistent it was. I did a recent deck profile video on an updated version of it, which is even better. So I'm pretty excited to start really throwing that one down. Another one of my really favorite ones to play is Metroplex. As weird as it sounds, I don't play it nearly as much when I'm like at stores. We have someone here. His name's Eric. The guy is a Metroplex god. Like, I've never seen someone play Metroplex better than him. His battle icon flips are always perfect. The guy does amazing work with it. So I usually let him do most of the shining with it. But I love playing with those huge titans and like deploying all the characters, and it's just so much fun to play. So much fun to play.
Cool.
Those would be my choices.
Nice.
Savagery.
Another question from Brian. He says, any mechanics that you'd like to see introduced to the game?
Oh, yeah, you got some good
You can tell-
questions over there.
You can tell a lot about someone by their answer to this question, I think.
Yeah.
This is one of those.
Oh, I don't know, because like
Just say banding and it's fine.
Banding? What's banding?
no.
Is this a magic thing? Like,
yeah, it's
maybe.
a magic thing.
ah, okay.
I don't really know, to be honest. I think there's a lot of really cool mechanics that they've already put in there. Like Brave and Stealth was one that I really wanted to see come out before they dropped them. And I think it adds a really interesting part to the game that does certain things. As far as like a solo mechanic, I don't know.
This can be anything. This can be a new pip color. This can be a keyword mechanic. This can be like a faction identity as a whole.
You know what? Honestly, I'd probably say more factions. I think would probably be a really good one to do if we're going to go on that. I know more battle icon colors are coming out. We've got a pretty good gauge on some of the colors that are already going to be out and what they're going to kind of do. But as far as like factions, I think factions would be really awesome. One thing that I get, it was a siege only kind of gig, was mercenaries. I'm very sad there aren't more mercenaries, especially like with Wave 5, but I get it was like a siege only thing. So definitely some more stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool because it added a really interesting, just an entirely new thing to it, right? You got to add this bounty mechanic, and you got to add all these new cards that you could work with just these characters. So you try to fit them into your decks, but like you have very limited star costs, so your teams get really strange. So I think having more factions, I think would be pretty solid. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially now we just got Wreckers in here. Like they're kind of a new faction. They're still Autobot, but they're at least a new faction. We can get some more faction specific cards for them. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd say that one.
Cool.
I'm glad there isn't more trample. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. Mm.
I'm
Oh
glad
come on,
that
it's
Grimlock
a really
made-
cool identity for Grimlock. Like,
Yeah.
I understand that reference.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I do love the fact that it's very limited because it is a very powerful thing, especially like in this game where it can get even more absurd than normal because you don't have like a life total to kind of like pad and figure out. Like it just can straight kill 2 of your dudes, and you're like, oh, this sucks. So I'm very happy that that's limited to only a battle card, which is a blank and Grimlock. I'm very okay with that.
Yeah.
but like,
No more steamroll, please.
Oh,
Sunstorm. Looking at you, Sunstorm. Salty. Anyway.
Yep.
Cool. Right. Well, we are coming towards the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. What we are going to do is...
no, sorry.
Oh.
I think there was another question.
Was there? Oh, hang on. I'm getting to
There
that.
was.
Well, Dan, hold on.
There was. Hang tight.
We got some... What we're going to do is round out with some quick fire stuff.
Okay.
And I know what you're going to say, Dan. So you can say it first. Go on.
No, I'll let you.
No.
I'll let you.
All right. Okay. It falls to me today to ask you, Jamie, whether or not you like pineapple on or off pizza.
What?
Off. Gotta have it off. I love pineapple. Hold on. All right, he's out.
He's got. I'm here. It's
to
fine.
death. I eat pineapple probably 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. I buy it pretty regularly. I grill it. I put it in a lot of my recipes. I love pineapple. I don't like it on my pizza.
I hope that was as good for you as it was for me.
And that is fair enough because that is your preference. Ignore Dan.
Like I understand it on pizza. I really do. I get it. And like I said, I love grilled pineapple, so I like pineapple warm. It's just something about when I'm eating pizza, it just doesn't fit for me.
No, that's fair.
It's that one Lego piece that's just a different color than all the others. It still goes, but it's just not right. That's how I feel.
Okay. Quick fire question. What was the last film you watched at the cinema or the movies? Sorry.
Onward was the last one I saw, and it was me and my fiance, and we were the only 2 people in the theater. This was at like the start of the whole issue going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Let's go. It's whatever. Like, I'm a big movie guy, huge movie guy. I think I own like probably 4,000 movies. It's insane.
Okay.
Yeah, huge movie dude. I love movie production, everything about it. So I'm like, I support the movie theaters pretty regularly. So I'm like, oh, let's go see this. And we saw Onward. And then, like I said, we were the only 2 people in the theater. And then like a week later, they released it on Disney for free. And it was like,
oh no, I've not seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would ask what your favorite movie is, but it sounds like that might be a tough question.
That would be a very hard question for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I watch tons of stuff, indies, box office, like the works. I like Tuesdays for me is like I go to Target or Walmart or whatever else because that's always the new release movie date, and every Tuesday I'm there and I'm like, okay, what's new? All right, I'll pick up that. No, so I got quite the collection.
So, sorry, am I misremembering a fact I may or may not have heard here? Didn't you used to work for Disney, or am
I was an artist for Disney for a while, so
that sounds like a sick job.
And it's like the giant Disney sleeve of all things Disney.
Nice.
Yeah, I was an animator for them for a while. I worked on Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
And some other at the time I didn't know that's what it was. I was under like some contract stuff, so it was definitely like, hey, you're gonna work on this scene, and it was like okay, and then I ended up seeing it in the movie, and it's like, oh hey, I did that, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was either move there or continue some of the other stuff I was doing in life, and I chose to continue the other stuff. So.
Yeah, that's sick because I've been told you're a talented artist as well, which is cool.
Yeah,
obviously because you did the animations, but
right. Yeah, I've done a few play mats for this game. I just finished a Prime piece that I posted not too long ago, and then I'm actually working on a Megatron piece to kind of go with it. So both play mats will look like they're fighting each other. So trying some cool stuff.
Cool.
This game doesn't have any playmats yet, so other than the one you can get at the Energon Invitational. So I'm, trying to give a little bit of playmats to those people who want them.
Yeah, look, it's all right. We'll get there. We've sold 5 of ours, so.
But we haven't drawn anything for them, so it's not like
I mean,
look,
it's more.
It's fine. It's fine. We can give Jamie some money.
when it comes to like even my Primus playmats, like I'm on the same boat you guys. It's only been a handful or whatever else. But when it comes to like you designing like a really cool character that a lot of people connect with, and they're like, oh well, this is way easier. And then like you want to put your logo on there, and they're like, oh wait, never mind, hold on, I don't want it anymore. So it's just like just trying to put them out there as just basic and broad as possible, so people can just have cool playmats.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Tell us 2 really interesting facts about yourself that people might not know. That's put you on the spot.
Ooh, 2 interesting things.
I was going to say 3, but just in case.
So
we have the Disney thing, like that's one.
Yeah, we'll leave that one out there. We talked about it slightly before we got into this video. I have 2 massive dogs.
Yes.
They're a big part of my life. They travel with me all the time, almost everywhere. So like I've got my backseat in my Jeep has been down for longer than I can remember. I've never had anyone. I think I've only had 2 people in the backseat of my Jeep ever. And then everything else has been my dogs. So they're big enough. They take up that whole backseat. Like I was saying, one of them's close to about 180 pounds. The other one's about 150. So big fan of my dogs. And then the other part, I would say, oh man, interesting stuff. For a living, I am a master jeweler. So there you go. There's something that a lot of people would not know. Yeah, I do that it's my normal job.
That's
other
cool.
than when I'm doing, the part-time stuff for the YouTube. Yeah, I'm a master jeweler. So
damn.
There you go.
Like a man of many talents. I like it.
Checking all the boxes, right?
This is it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's mental. Like I never understood. I never thought about getting into being a jeweler as a profession. It's just never come up on my radar. But I hear stories about how much you can have.
So
and it's crazy.
It's almost a 3rd generation thing. My grandpa did it for a while after he got out of the military. My dad's been doing it for about 30 years. I got into it as just like a small thing to begin, and it was like, oh, here's just some side work. I'll mess around with it. And then I ended up kind of going up the ranks at a couple of companies that I worked at, and I ended up just really enjoying it, and it pays well. So kind of got stuck here. So, but at least I enjoy it, right?
Yeah, man, straight up. That's one of the most
enjoy your
important things about anything nowadays. Enjoy what you do for work. Because sometimes it can get taken away from you like that. And you have to go and work a retail job, picking other people's deliveries at 4 o'clock in the morning.
There's no betterness there whatsoever.
No, not at all. No, I'm chill.
But I appreciate that, Dan. Thank you very much.
It's always though really nice to actually hear like the other side of it. I know that I would say privileged to be in a position where I can go get a job at any location that I want in the world because of what I do. So to hear like stuff like that, I think is really important for those people who don't need to take advantage of what they have in life. It's definitely very easy to go, oh, well, I don't have that problem. Well, there's a lot of people out there that do have that problem. So it's something you need to be happy for what you do have, whether you're on either side of the coin. You know what I mean? Like it's a good refresher. So
I play it up a lot. I'm extremely happy to still be working. Like falling into the supermarket job was very lucky, and I'm obviously I'm beside myself the fact that I'm still working in this, because I quite easily could have been off for the entire lockdown.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I know that have had a bad time with this and not working. And when I hear people now that are sort of slowly getting back into jobs again, I'm like, thank God, like good.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Like for all I complain about my work being incredibly busy, like I am incredibly lucky as well that I still have a job. I mean, I just do IT, but it's it's I can't complain. So
yeah. I mean, everyone complains about their job for the most part, right? It's a venting thing. I think it's super important for everyone to do. It's really funny that like I'll talk to some people who are just like, oh, well, I don't have any of these issues right now. It's like, yeah, well, maybe you don't need to be so pompous about it, because like there are people out there that do. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you that you got to break your back, but at least understand where you're at in life. So I think it's a very important thing to do just in general. So
and I think that is one of the best mindsets I've ever heard for this kind of thing. Absolutely.
Yep. So
like.
And that sounds like a good note to leave it on, I think, folks.
I agree.
Yes.
Well, I want to say thank you guys for having me on here. You guys have an awesome channel.
Thank you.
If you guys are watching from my channel and you guys haven't checked out them yet, definitely check them out. They're worth a subscribe for sure. They have awesome stuff. So I definitely suggest that you guys do subscribe to them. For you guys are kicking ass. So keep pushing the videos out there. Keep doing what you guys do. Once Wave 5
Big
does
love.
come out and people can get back out there. For those who are more watching this because it's just meantime stuff, like I've even noticed it in my videos, like a lot of views are just dropped because people aren't paying attention to it. When Wave 5 does drop, you guys get back to watching videos. Watch me, watch them, watch everybody. It'll be back to normal soon, folks. We got 20 days till the release, right? 20, 19
so
days?
excited, yeah.
I gotta pull 150 quid out my butt.
I'll say you don't want to know how many boxes I'm picking up. So
Mate,
I definitely.
We can talk about that off camera.
Yeah, right. Right. So.
But no, seriously, like, thank you so much for coming on and chatting to us. You are fantastic. Your channel is fantastic. Really impressed with the production quality as well. So good stuff there. It's really, really good. If anybody, once again, likewise, if anyone is watching us and hasn't watched Powered by Primus yet, go hit a sub. Go watch us. Go watch.
I'm gonna go do that now.
What? It's my backhand to
You're
Dan.
not already.
Damn it, Dan.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Dan doesn't watch YouTube though, so.
No, it's one thing that I'm not hardcore about. It's like I haven't even turned on my ad revenue for it yet because it's just something that I don't believe in for the moment that I'm in this world. Is that I believe that I really enjoy this game. I love producing content, so it's something that I want to do, and I shouldn't be looking for it to get. Oh, hey, well, when am I going to start making money on this and all that? Like I do it because it's a really. Oh, there you go.
There it is. The live sub. The live sub.
I do it because it is a really awesome thing. I really want to try to help educate people and have people enjoy watching and playing this game. So that's 100% why I do it. So I definitely
we're in for growth.
It's pretty awesome.
It's the same for us.
Into this, we're into having fun.
No.
Yeah.
I also hate YouTube adverts, which is why we haven't turned them on yet. So
yeah,
we fill all the boxes. Let me know.
Right.
We tick all the boxes apart from obviously the intro music.
Right.
Sometimes. So it
Sometimes.
depends. Like I every now and then I like to put something a little bit dumb in. Like for instance, I put sexual healing on the other day for one of the videos intros, just because that's the name of the deck.
Did that get El Strico?
It got copyright claim, not quite a strike. So
okay,
it was
right. Yeah, most of them it's just a claim because there's bots out there that look for certain things, and then as long as you have whatever, you're fine. But yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Folks, thank you so much for watching. All the links to all our stuff is in the description of the video, so please check that out. I would pump things like playmats and t-shirts, but you might not get it till after lockdown, so who knows when that's going to finish. But if you're not doing so already, make sure you are staying safe, stay at home, and just look after yourselves, and we shall catch you in the next Blue Talk. See you soon, folks. On Saturday.
Nick, can I hold you for a moment? I've just been on to poweredbyprimus.com.
Right.
And I've seen the first thing that he's got available is a hat.
Yeah, I got my hats that are I'm getting pre-orders on right now.
Oh, come on, Dan.